Hello there, morons. It's Victor Gimmeabreakman, king of the morons, the godfather of J-vlogging, here in beautiful Ostcannon, where we have a big pussycat. Say get all your dirty thoughts out of your mind right now. And tonight I got a special little treat for you. I have the world's top 17th ranked juggler here in the world is here in Nagoya, and his name is Lucas Adverse, and he brought along his friend. Who is that?
Hello.
Looks familiar.
How you guys doing?
And of course you know Tomoko Sensei. And this is Lucas Adverse.
Hello.
Thanks for coming along, Lucas. I know your hands are busy right now. And we're here in North Canada. We're gonna do a little interview, very casual, and a little demonstration of his juggling skills, right? Sure. I know you like playing with balls. I like playing with balls too. Everyone likes playing with balls. I'm sure the audience is probably playing with their balls right now.
Yeah. Really old joke, but...
Are you okay? That must be like the juggler.
Yeah, it's fun.
But we just did a Japanese lesson on Tomoko Sensei's channel, so please check out that Japanese lesson. And let's get on with the interview. Tomoko, you have some questions for our guest here?
How long have you been in Japan?
I've been in Japan for 6-7 months.
Well, you can speak Japanese already. What did you learn Japanese?
Oh, but I started learning Japanese like 2.5 years ago. Yeah.
Back in Brazil or?
In Canada.
Canada.
I'm Brazilian, but I live in Canada.
I see.
Where did you learn Japanese? My channel and Victor's channel. Thank you.
Yeah, kind of. So I started learning Japanese in university, and then I got a Japanese girlfriend, and I have a lot of Japanese friends, so because of that I
haven't seen Tomoko recently. I don't know where you're
I saw her girlfriend. His girlfriend.
No, we met his girlfriend.
Yeah, so because of that I've been speaking Japanese every day for like 2 years, and that's why
You improved.
Yeah, kind of like quickly. Also it's my 4th language, so the more you learn, the quicker you learn.
You think it's true?
Yeah.
What are your other languages?
Well, I speak Portuguese, Spanish, English, and Japanese.
Oh, habla un poco de español este.
Sí, sí.
¿Sí? Muy bien. Un poco o bastante.
No sé cómo juzgar mi nivel de español, pero sí, yo tengo muchos amigos de México y de...
México.
Estupendo.
Okay, cool. So you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Canadian English. You
Yeah.
speak American English? Can you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Yes, but my accent is more Canadian than English. Kana. Yeah, my balls.
They say a boot.
No, we don't.
It's an old joke.
So when did you start Japanese?
Oh, I started juggling because I saw videos of Japanese people juggling, and I was like, wow, I would be awesome if I could do that.
Wait a minute, Japanese jugglers inspired by
Yeah.
when was this?
Well, juggling, Japan is the best country in the world for juggling. It's the country where you have like the biggest culture of juggling in the world, and because of that there are tons of videos out there. It's just very obscure, but if you write Japanese jugglers, you'll find like millions, maybe not millions, but yeah. Well, Japanese people don't really know it. It's kind of sad, but
It's kind of a hidden talent of the Japanese country.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, in Japan, they actually have so many meetings that in other countries you would meet everyone together, all jugglers, but in Japan they divide their meetings by high school students and university students and Shakaijin. So
Really?
if you're a Shakaijin, you don't go to university students meetings, otherwise it's kind of weird.
Really?
They have so many jugglers that they divide into big
wow.
groups.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
So recently you were...
Went to Osaka
Yeah.
contest.
Was it a contest or?
No, it was a juggling meeting. It was specifically a 3-ball juggling meeting. That's the only place. It's the only place in the world where you can find that specific one meeting, a juggling meeting.
Oh, really?
3-ball juggling meeting.
So what happens if you bring like a 4th ball? You'll sit down?
Oh, you don't, but it's just the people that Atsumaru are. Yeah, the people that get together, they're mostly like into 3-ball juggling, and yeah, the thing about Japan is that most countries they get like 5 balls or like 6 balls, and they just go like and they stay with that posture and they juggle. But Japanese people, they like to get a low number of balls, like 3 balls, and they like to use their body to do more artistic stuff, and that's the thing that I like about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who do you watch on YouTube?
YouTube. So I mostly watch jugglers on YouTube, and I'm sure people who are watching, they don't know any jugglers, so I'm not gonna say their names because there's no point in doing that. From people who are not jugglers, I watch a lot of people. That's why it's hard for me to point out people that I like. It's really hard for me, but I really like you guys. I got to know you guys like even before I started studying Japanese.
Oh, really?
Because I've always been interested in Japanese culture, food, and all of that. So I really like you guys' channel, and also Jack's Films, which is a...
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. I really like his content, and it's just too many people. Right now, off the top of my head, it's kind of hard to
No worries, no worries.
Yeah.
How long have you been juggling?
3 years and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long before you felt you got good? You felt you got some skill under your belt?
Okay, that would be like 1 year.
1 year?
Because
Okay.
I was practicing like a madman. In the first year, I had like 8 months of vacation, so I would practice a lot. And yeah, I've actually been juggling longer than I've been speaking Japanese.
How did you get ranked number 17 in the world? How does that work?
So this ranking works as a voting thing on YouTube. So they post a video on YouTube, and then you get to list your 10 favorite jugglers. But when you say 10 favorite jugglers, it doesn't mean the 10 most skilled people. It just means the 10 people who most inspired you, who posted videos. So if you're like the best juggler in the world, but you haven't been juggling for 5 years, there's no point in voting to that person. So that's why a lot of people voted for me, because I've been posting a lot of videos in the last year. And because of that, yeah, you vote on your top 10 jugglers on a YouTube comment, and then they count it all up, and yeah.
But you don't just post on YouTube, right?
Yeah, exactly. So on YouTube is actually the place where I post least, I would say, because it's really hard to come up with your own tricks and then make videos. It takes quite a long time. So while I'm making my tricks and like exploring with juggling, I post videos on Instagram and Facebook, on my Facebook page.
Is it better? Are they better?
The videos they're not better, but they're more, they don't have editing, they don't have music, but there's still cool stuff. It's stuff that I've been exploring recently, or when I meet my friends and I juggle with them, but it's stuff that I don't want to make it super official on YouTube, you know? But yeah, I don't post that much, so if you really wanna check my stuff, I think Instagram and Facebook would be the best way, because that's where you get all the notifications from my YouTube videos as well.
And a lot of your tricks are original, right?
Yeah. My tricks are pretty much, 80%. If I post a video of myself doing that, most of them are original. But if I'm just freestyling, juggling all comes from the same thing, so there are a lot of tricks that people do commonly. But if my videos are mostly made for jugglers and not for non-jugglers, so that means that I want to make my content as original as possible, because jugglers, they just don't like to see skill, they like to see originality, you know?
And do you have a show? Have you ever had your show, juggling show?
I haven't performed in Japan, but I perform in Brazil and in Canada almost every year, because people know me in Brazil and in Canada, so whenever there is a juggling festival around Canada or Brazil, they call me and they ask me, oh, please come to our event, because, they're my friends actually. It's not like I'm super famous or anything, they're actually my friends, the people who are organizing events, so they asked me to do a show or something. And yeah, I have to actually make a new act, because I'm performing, I'm doing 3 shows next year.
Where have you been to in Japan?
Oh, so I've been to Kobe, Tokyo, Kyoto. I'm gonna go to Okinawa and Nagano. I've been to Osaka. Did I say that? No. And I think that's pretty much it. And I'm studying
In 6 months.
Yeah, because my
Pretty
parents
good.
came to Japan and they had never been to Japan, because Brazil is too far, right? So my parents, when they came here, they just wanted to see a lot of places, so they took me to many places because they want to take the opportunity of them being in Japan.
And which part did you like the most?
Well, I think that would be Kyoto. Because if it's about jugglers, it's Osaka. But if it's about Japan itself, it would be Kyoto because I really like all the shrines and all the beautiful stuff. Because when I was there, I didn't feel like I was in a normal city. I felt like I was in a place where everything is so cultural. Because if you go, for example, to Osaka, you go to a lot of places where everything is concrete. And I really like the Kyoto vibe more than that.
We said concrete jungle.
Oh.
Not the juggling. Jungle.
Hey, dude, I got blue balls.
Yeah,
But my problem, he told me that my problem is I move my arms too much.
yeah, you move your arms up to catch the ball and you shouldn't do that. Your arms should stay always down here because when your arms are down here, you have you can actually like feel where the balls are and control what you're doing more, you know?
These are professional juggling balls, so I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, these are Russian balls.
Russian?
Yeah, they're called Russian balls. They're not from Russia, but the style of the ball is Russian. You can see that they have some sand, so that means the weight is always right here. That's why they stay and they don't move. So when they fall on the ground, you don't have to go after them.
They don't bounce. Ah,
Yeah.
that's pretty handy.
That's why you can do this stuff here that Tomoko
Tomoko's in before.
Yeah, if you
Well, I
get
thought she had a flat head.
no.
Flat head is very convenient, I've heard. You put a beer.
Yeah, if you're doing contact juggling, that stuff with the crystal ball, you know.
Oh, no. You can
Oh,
do
you
that?
never seen that?
Well, yeah, but I haven't seen you do it.
No, yeah, I don't do that much.
So, what would you say is the most difficult part of learning Japanese?
Well, the most difficult part, in my opinion, is I would say two things: the formality levels.
Kegel?
Yeah, knowing how to do that, knowing what type of like language to use with what type of person. Yeah, I also think that Japanese vocab is just too crazy. For example, just to say the word suddenly, you can say ikinari, you can say kyuni, you can say tototsu, and you can say totsuzen.
Totsuzen, yes.
And that's all this. If that was in English, if you had 4 words for suddenly, you would probably only use 1 or 2. But in Japanese, it's like a normal thing. All of them use it, and I find that a lot. You have a word for cold water, okiya, normal water, mizu, hot water, oyu. Like why?
Right. Well, what's the most difficult part about living in Japan?
Okay, so I would say that the hardest thing is communicating with people because, yeah, foreigners who are learning Japanese, I think they have a really hard time knowing like what type of like all the stuff that we said, keigo and what
So
type
the
of
language.
language itself. And I also think taking
What about the food? Have you problem with the food?
I don't really have a problem, but if you're a vegetarian, then that's like the worst country you want to be,
Really?
in my
You think
opinion.
so?
Yeah, because in Japan, I feel like everything has meat.
really?
Because I have a friend who's vegetarian, and then when we go to like restaurants, we have to really pick which ones we go because we've been so many times. They're like, oh,
Well,
sorry.
we have a couple of vegan friends, and they seem to be okay, but it's expensive.
Oh, like vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend who's vegan, he's here. He said the only good thing about vegan people in Japan is that you can find tofu in convenience stores. So it's a good thing. But if you go to restaurants, I think most food has like at least a little bit of fish or
So
meat.
you're okay with the food? What about raw fish and all that stuff?
Oh, I'm okay with that. I just if it has rice or something, I like it. But if it's sashimi, I'm not a big fan of it.
But you can eat it.
Yeah, if it's it depends on the fish. If it's saba, then
I don't like sour fish.
yeah, I don't know what's that in English.
I don't know. Saba.
サバなんだっけね
Yeah, I don't
じゃ
like.
あブルー背中の青い背中の
Blue fish,
魚
blue backfish.
Yeah.
What about natto or umeboshi? Those are the big ones.
Oh, umeboshi, it's a really weird thing. The first time I ate it, I was like, wow, this is good. Wait, is that? Oh, wait. Oh, shit, I like it. I don't.
I
It's-
hated it immediately.
Oh, did you?
Even now I'm like, but I can eat it.
Oh, for me, it's a really mysterious thing.
Really?
I don't know if I like it or
Does
not, but
Brazil have raw fish?
yeah, no. I mean, we don't, but sushi or like Japanese cuisine in Brazil is a really big thing.
Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
have maybe the largest Japanese community outside of Japan is actually in
Yeah.
Brazil. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
1.4 million people.
Yeah, I would say in Brazil, like in every 150 people, one has Japanese blood. and that's why when I go to Brazil, everyone calls me Japanese. They think I have like.
You don't have any Japanese blood, do you?
I don't. It's because I have Aboriginal blood, so I look a bit Asian. And in Brazil, if you're
Are you mestizo? Do they use that word?
yeah, in Portuguese, mestiço sounds a little bit like when you have a mix of black blood and white blood.
Oh, really? I'm mestizo.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a mix of everything. I do have a little black blood. I have a little Indian blood.
It also has
Peruvian
Indian, Aboriginal, but it's kind of like mixed up in Brazil. But yeah, so if you're Asian and you go to Brazil, you'll be called Japanese by everyone. It doesn't matter if
Really?
you're. Yeah.
In Peru, they call everyone China.
Yeah, but it's because you have a lot of Chinese people, I guess.
Yeah, but everyone's China. Even
Yeah.
if we know that he's Japanese, we call him the China.
Yeah, but in Brazil we don't have Chinese people. Korean people, we don't have that much.
Really?
When you see an Asian person, like 80% of the time it's gonna be Japanese.
Really?
So in the mind of a Japanese, in the mind of like a Brazilian person, everyone who has like an Asian face has Japanese blood. Yeah.
What do you miss most from Canada?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the thing I most miss about Canada, I'm not really allowed to say on camera.
Can't say on camera, okay?
But yeah, I miss my friends and I miss the weather. Like the place I live has the best weather in the world in my opinion.
You're soaked in sweat. I don't know about you.
So I live in BC, British Columbia, and the capital, which is Victoria, and that place has the best weather in the world in my opinion.
Really?
I mean, it snows
Not too
like
cold?
no, it only snows twice, thrice a year.
Really?
And I think that's awesome. And then when it gets hot, the hottest that it gets is like maybe 28 degrees. So it's not super hot, it's not super cold. It's
Just
just
like New York City. a little.
chodoi.
Can you said you have some original tricks.
Yeah, I do.
Can you show us a few?
Original tricks. Okay, I can show a really hard trick that I like. I did on camera, but I didn't do on camera with the neck thing.
Whoa,
On the other side,
that's an original.
yeah. Also, this stuff right here, which is pretty hard. Okay. Also this.
すごい素晴らしいね。今日のゲストはルーカスでした。どうもありがとう。じゃあ、
ありがとうございます。
チェックでルーカスチャンネル。
Thanks for joining us, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Check out his channel. What's your channel name again? Lucas Adverts, right?
It's Lucas Adverts,
Adverts.
just like it sounds.
And he's on Instagram as well.
Instagram, Facebook,
Facebook?
my Facebook page, and YouTube.
All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.
Yo, bye.
すごい。